We're here on the wholesalemarine.com boat doing a bunch of work. You can thank wholesalemarine.com for this boat and all the projects, and you can get 10% off any purchase right now using the code BAB10 using the links in the description below. But today is Red Lime Day. So Red Lime Marine, if you've never heard of it, is an amazing chemical. It will basically cut through all kinds of different stuff. I mean, if you read it, it says Red Lime Marine is specifically formulated for the marine industry. It is designed to dissolve zebra mussels, tiger shells, barnacles, lime, calcium, rust, and other mineral deposits that hinder the performance of vital water systems. Biodegradable, non-toxic, and non-corrosive when used as directed. Most Red Lime Marine cleanings may be accomplished with 2 to 4 hours. Please read the detailed instructions, SDS, and specifications, blah, 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 blah. So what I want to do is a little bit of a trial run. So here's this, and I want to see the rust breakdown. We've done this with calcium and lime and it worked amazing, but now I want to see what it'll do with this. Like, this is like heavy hardcore rusting that is in here, and then I want to do this in 2 phases because I've never tried this with it just soaking. So I've got a tub here, I've got my red lime, and what I want to do is I'm going to take this, which is my exhaust elbow. I've got my exhaust manifold, and the manifold is basically the same thing. I mean, we've got massive blockages here. Like, that is just massive rust blockages. We're not talking about calcium, lime, or anything like that. That thing is, this one right here is fully clogged. That is full of rust. So I want to see if letting these just soak in the red lime, if that will effectively clean them. I don't think it will, but I do want to try it. And I do have my red lime pump that I'm going to be making some apparatuses for, because I want to be able to do this on the boat as well without having to take the manifold and the exhaust elbow off of the boat to try this. But for right now, what I'm going to do, the instructions for this is pretty simple. It's basically like a 1-to-1. So I'm going to take 1 gallon and I'm going to pour it into my bucket. I'm going to take a gallon of water to dilute it, and then just, you know, 1 gallon of this and 1 gallon of water, and boom, that's your solution. It's probably going to take me, I got 4 bottles here because we are doing GM V8 block, which takes a lot of water to fill up the cooling passages. So we're going to figure that out after this. For this one, it's just a standalone trial to see if that will do it without circulating. If not, I did get a lid for the compartment, so what I can do is I can run my cable in there, and I can put the pump into there with the item and then just circulate all this inside of there and see if that cleans it. But that way, we'll see if you take them off, if we can clean these without having to, you know, do anything else outside of just cleaning them while they're off the boat. So let me fill our tub up with that and the water, and we will let it sit. And it's like, I'll check the time whenever we get it in there, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and clean this off a little bit before I put it in there, just to get a lot of the cobwebs and stuff off of there, because I do want to reuse as much of this fluid as I can. So now I'm going to put it in there. So this is starting to bubble out of there. That's pretty intense. And I'm just, that's only the 1 gallon, and it's just sitting here. So very interested to see what happens over time. I don't know if leaving this hose on there is a good idea or not, but it's what's going down. If I mess this up, at least you guys will be able to see it. I mean, this appears to be doing something already, because look at that, it's just foaming out of there. I hope I don't mess up the paint on this. Oh, well, it's going to be interesting. All right, that is 2 gallons of the red lime, 2 gallons of water. A lot of action going off, pouring out of there where all that rust is in the cooling passage. I do have the other ones, but I'm gonna wait because I think this is enough. I'm gonna let this sit. This is now let's see here, we got just almost 310. So what we'll do is I'm gonna let this sit for 2 hours, maybe an hour. We'll come back and check it. I'll flip this thing over and we will see what it looks like after it's just been sitting in this formula. Problem is that you don't really need that much for this. It's just that I guess a better way would have been to put this thing up on in the bucket, hooked my pump to here, and then just let the pump sit in there and just blast through it. That probably would have been a lot smarter, but hey, I never claimed to be smart. I might do that on this one. When I do this, I might hook my fitting up to that and then just have this sitting on top of the bin, like I can sit across the bin like this, to where the outlets are sitting down in there. Put my pump down in the liquid and then just let it pump up into the fitting. That might work out pretty well. I had to go get that fitting, which is a 3/4, so I might go back and get me a 1-inch one that fits on there. I do have another one somewhere around here. That's my T-fitting for that. I got too many projects going on. I can't keep everything straight right now. I do have another fitting for that, which is the T-fitting, which I'm going to use for my hoses. Oh, who knows what I did with it though. It's probably in the truck. Anyway, that's what that's going to do. I might come back and reevaluate and do that. I'm like, hook this to the pump, set the pump down there, and just have that hanging over to where it's just blasting down in there. Might work, but look at all the rust coming off of there. This is crazy. Okay, it is now 6 o'clock, so we've got roughly 3 hours in here. Let's take a look what we're looking like here. Oh wow, that is really cleaned up. Not moved a lot, but it is definitely cleaned up significantly. Let me just flip this over and let it be for a little bit longer on this side though. I definitely think you need to have the flow. Definitely need to have some flow, but I'm gonna leave that for a couple hours like that and see. You probably blow a lot of it out. Interested to see how that one works too, but definitely has cleaned a ton from what it was earlier. Alright, so this is what we look like with it just sitting. Obviously it's much cleaner. This is way soft and I can just push the stuff out, but it did not come out of there. So you definitely need to have it circulating. I'm gonna go get a different one fitting there, and we're gonna try and put this thing in here, and I'm gonna put the pump to the hose, and then the hose or the pump, I'm gonna put the pump in the substance, I'm gonna put the hose to the pump, and I'm gonna leave this hanging over the side so it dumps it into there and let it flow, and that should be the best way to do it. The sitting there, it does clean it, but it is not it's not gonna get chunks and stuff out of there, obviously. Like this is like really clean in there, but there's still big chunks that are like hanging on that aren't coming off. So it really does need to have circulation, or else it's not going to work properly. So let me go get some fittings, and then once I get those fittings, we will set this up and let it cycle through. All right, so here's what we got. I got the pump hooked up to the hose. It's kinked a little bit, so I don't have like a perfect setting here to maximum flow, but we're flowing really well, flowing out of there, all the holes. I'm just going to let this run its course. I'll come back and, you know, in 2 hours or so. It's 10:20 now, so I'll come back around noon or whatever, and we'll see what we're looking like, if all this rust is blown out or how it goes. It should clean out real well, and then we can do this one, same thing. I want to figure out a way to get this in there nice and neat to keep flowing like that. Seems to be working good. That stuff sure is flowing now. Looks like I got a little something stuck right there. It's like there are certain bigger pieces that There it goes. Bigger pieces that just won't come out. Let me turn this off. Oh my goodness, look at how clean that is in there. Let me put my gloves on, pick this one up. I'm going to swap out to the other one. It looks like there is a couple of spots here that I can probably let it run for a couple more seconds to blow that out. It's like there's miscellaneous flakes. Don't take long, man. That stuff is flowing. Beautiful. Let me switch over to the manifold. I think we've pretty much done the test that I wanted to do, and it's pretty much confirmed that yes, if you let it soak, it works, but you really need to have the stuff flowing. It needs to flow to get the stuff to clean it off, but again, this just goes to show how powerful and how awesome red lime is. I mean, this is rust. This wasn't just calcium and mineral deposits. This was actual rust, and it has cleaned it out, I mean, drastically from what it was. So let me do my manifold, and we'll see how well it cleans that one out, because this one is just as bad. Got some massive blockages there. So let's see how it does with the flow test, and then that'll be it for pretty much what that's pretty much accomplishes the test that I was trying to do here. Oh yeah, it's bubbling and flowing now. Look at it coming out of there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this stuff is definitely working up now. Don't know if I should be coming out of the the exhaust manifold like that. I wonder if these cooling passages, these manifolds might be messed up. We'll have to do some checking once I get this done here. That stuff is getting wild. Look at that. Wow. That's nuts. Alright, this is 2:40, so we'll come back in like an hour or so. We've been pumping for quite a while now. I don't even remember when the last time we checked it was. It is now almost 7. So let me shut the pump off, and I'll pick this up and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. This thing all cleaned up. Looks like there's still a little bit of junk in here. Definitely help with the running old gasket here. It's just that one little spot right here's got some stuff still in there, but other than that, everything else looks beautiful. Definitely have to keep the red lime running for it to really work. So this looks pretty much amazing compared to what it did. It's pretty much night and day. You definitely have to have the red lime flowing. I am very surprised that it got rid of a lot of that rust, even though there's still some. I mean, you can't really see it in there in the camera, but you can see it's pretty much spotless in there. Red lime's pretty much amazing. That's all I got to say.